Good morning, everyone. I'm up here at the state park riding my bike this morning before it gets too hot. I want to tell you a story that happened to me in Nacogdoches, Texas. When I was young, we lived right next to my grandparents, Ruth and CB. We called them Nanny and Partner. Obvious where we would get Nanny, but Partner came from, my granddad would call me his little partner. And so I called him Partner, and that's what stuck. Well, the story is he was going to put on a fish fry. He sold Great Southern Life Insurance and had a lot of clients. And he also had a bunch of friends too around Nacogdoches. And he would invite them to these big fish fries. And he fished, him and I fished together on different lakes and caught a lot of catfish, but he needed more meat. So he had a friend of his from the fire department give him some, or catch him some Opelousas catfish. And the guy showed up one afternoon, and he had this number 3 wash tub in the back of the truck. And he had 2 huge catfish in there, and I didn't know what they were. I'd never seen a fish that big. And I asked my granddad what they were, and he said they were Opelousas catfish, or ops. And I thought that meant big. Well, a couple of weeks later, I was eating breakfast with my grandparents, and my granddad said, "Hey, Chuck, go out to the street or go out there and get the Daily Sentinel." Well, I walked out there at the end of the driveway by the street. There it lay. Well, just as I got that newspaper, I heard a racket up in the tree. It was rapping on that tree. Gave one of those loud calls. It was a Pileated woodpecker, but I didn't know what it was. I'd never seen one. I ran back in the house and said, "Partner, there's a Opelousas woodpecker out there in the tree." And he was like, "An Opelousas woodpecker?" And I said, "Yeah, he's huge. He's huge. Come look, come look." Well, he walked out the door, and he heard that Pileated woodpecker give its call. And he said, "Little buddy, Chuck, that's a Pileated woodpecker." And I said, "What?" I couldn't even say it. I was in grade school, and he said, "A Pileated woodpecker. The old timers called them Lord Gods." And so that was my introduction to Pileated woodpeckers. And I found out then that Opelousas did not mean big. It was just a nickname for a catfish, named from Opelousas, Louisiana. But flathead catfish, best tasting catfish there are. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this story, and subscribe and like my channel, and I'll see you on the next story. Thank you very much.